Imagine the shocking moment when one of reality TV's most explosive relationships takes an even darker turn. Martell Holt, star of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, is speaking out, but not in defense of his past actions. This time, he's pointing the finger at his ex-wife, Melody Holt. According to Martell, Melody allegedly tried to trap him with a baby. Yes, you heard that right. A baby trap. In a scandalous revelation that's bound to shake the foundation of their already turbulent relationship, Martell claims Melody's pregnancy was more than just an unexpected surprise. He says it was part of a calculated plan to keep him tied to her. Is this another case of a bitter ex speaking out, or could there be some truth behind Martell's accusations? Stay tuned as we dive deep into this shocking claim and uncover what could be the ultimate betrayal in their already messy history. In the world of reality TV, where drama and scandal are often expected, Martell and Melody Holt's tumultuous relationship has become a central storyline on Love and Marriage, Huntsville. Fans have watched their journey for years, from infidelity scandals to public breakups. But now, the stakes are higher than ever. Recently, Martell made a bold claim that has sent shockwaves through the reality TV world and across social media. He's accusing Melody of using pregnancy as a tool to manipulate and control him. In a candid interview, Martell revealed that what seemed like a happy addition to their family was, in his view, a strategic move by Melody. But what exactly does he mean by baby trapping? And is there any truth to his accusation? In today's video, we're breaking down Martell's explosive claim. We'll dive into the details of what he's alleging, examine any evidence, or lack thereof, and explore how this fits into the broader narrative of their public feud. We'll also take a look at the fallout from these allegations and what fans and fellow cast members are saying. Is this just another dramatic twist in a reality TV saga, or is Martell finally exposing a hidden truth? Revealing something darker beneath the surface, let's take a closer look and unpack the truth behind Martell Holt's shocking statements. Before we dive into the explosive accusations Martell has made, it's important to revisit the rocky history between him and Melody Holt. Their relationship, both on and off the screen, has been riddled with drama from the very beginning. Fans of Love and Marriage, Huntsville know Martell and Melody's marriage was deeply affected by infidelity, personal struggles, and mounting tension that eventually led to their separation. Martell's affair, which was made public during the show, became a major focal point and a turning point in their relationship. This affair shattered the trust between Martell and Melody, ultimately leading to their separation after 14 years of marriage. However, their divorce didn't mark the end of their story. If anything, it sparked an even more dramatic chapter. Throughout the seasons, viewers watched Melody grapple with the pain of betrayal, while Martell appeared to move on, though not without his own emotional baggage. Fans were divided. Some sympathized with Melody for enduring Martell's infidelity, while others believed Martell's behavior was rooted in deeper personal issues he had yet to confront. It was evident that both carried significant emotional weight from their time together. But no one could have predicted the dramatic twist Martell has now introduced. Fast forward to the present. Martell is now accusing Melody of trying to trap him with a baby. Is it possible that their entire relationship was filled with manipulation from both sides? Or is this just a case of a disgruntled ex trying to rewrite the narrative? To understand the weight of Martell's accusations, we need to take a deeper look into the nature of their relationship, how it went from a public display of love to a broken, bitter divorce. Martell Holt's most recent claim is nothing short of jaw-dropping. He alleges that Melody used pregnancy as a way to manipulate him into staying in the marriage. But what exactly does Martell mean by this? In essence, he's suggesting that Melody intentionally got pregnant to pressure him into remaining faithful and committed, despite his extramarital affair and the growing cracks in their relationship. At first glance, this might seem like just another bitter exchange between exes. However, as Martell goes deeper into his version of events, a more complex and layered narrative begins to emerge. According to Martell, Melody was fully aware of his affair and allegedly conceived another child with the hope that it would keep him anchored in the marriage. But let's pause for a moment and consider the complexity of these claims. There's a significant difference between planning a pregnancy and using one as a form of control. Accusing someone of using such a deeply personal and life-changing decision as a tool for manipulation is serious and deeply emotional. Did Melody really use pregnancy as leverage? Or is Martell distorting the story through the lens of heartbreak, regret, and frustration? It's also important to consider the timeline. Martell's affair, which Melody discovered in 2019, occurred well before their official separation. Melody was candid about the pain she experienced and the emotional healing she underwent throughout the show. So the question remains, was there a specific moment when Martell truly believed Melody tried to trap him? Or is this accusation simply another ripple in the ongoing storm of their fractured relationship? Martell Holt continues to explain that the idea of a baby trap goes beyond mere accusations. It touches on deeper themes: trust, power dynamics in relationships, and whether pregnancy can truly be used as a bargaining chip. To get a clearer picture of what Martell is claiming, we need to dive deeper into the timing and emotions behind this allegation. As we analyze Martell's statements, it becomes clear that the timing of Melody's pregnancies is a crucial part of his argument. According to Martell, Melody became pregnant at very specific points during their marriage, and he claims these pregnancies weren't entirely coincidental. Martell suggests that Melody was aware of his infidelity and saw pregnancy as a way to trap him, to force him into staying in the relationship despite the cracks already forming. This raises a significant question. Was Melody truly using pregnancy to manipulate Martell into staying faithful, or could there be a more innocent explanation behind? The timing. In the world of reality television, where every aspect of a celebrity's life is picked apart, both fans and critics have speculated about the timing of Melody's pregnancies. Some have even noted that the pregnancies appeared to align with key turning points in Martell's affair. It's important to recognize that Melody has always been open about her desire to have a large family with Martell. However, according to Martell, there was a darker motive behind these decisions. Was Melody trying to lock him down with a child to secure his loyalty? Or was she simply hoping to grow their family during moments that still felt stable and hopeful? More importantly, is this truly a case of manipulation, or is it a situation where two people, struggling with emotional pain and infidelity, made decisions based on the hope that things could improve? Looking at the timeline, Melody's pregnancies occurred at various stages in their marriage. After the birth of their first child, things began to fall apart. Martell's affair was eventually revealed, shaking the very foundation of their relationship. Yet, even after his infidelity became public, Melody continued to have children with him. Could these pregnancies have been a calculated move, as Martell claims? Or were they simply part of the natural progression of a complicated marriage? One thing is certain. When Martell says Melody tried to baby trap him, he's not just referring to one child. He suggests that her entire approach to family planning was part of a broader strategy to keep him committed, despite his repeated betrayals. But is that really the whole story? Or is Martell's pain and guilt clouding his judgment, causing him to misinterpret Melody's intentions? As we continue to follow this unfolding drama, we'll explore how Martell's version of events aligns or conflicts with the truth of his relationship with Melody. And as with any explosive accusation, it was only a matter of time before Melody Holt responded. In an emotional Instagram post, Melody Holt vehemently denied the accusation that she ever tried to baby trap Martell. In fact, she called out the hypocrisy of his claim, arguing that it was nothing more than an attempt to deflect attention from his own wrongdoing. Melody emphasized that she never sought to manipulate or control Martell in any way. According to her, the decision to have children was made out of love and a shared vision for building a family together. Melody's response wasn't just a defensive rebuttal. She used this moment to address the broader implications of Martell's accusations. For her, this wasn't only about clearing her name, it was about standing up for herself and reclaiming her voice. Melody made it clear that her choices were her own and not part of some calculated strategy. From her perspective, Martell's baby trap claims were simply a way for him to twist the narrative and avoid accountability for his own actions. This brings us to an important question. How much of Martell's accusation stems from guilt? Could it be that he is projecting his own shame and regret onto Melody in an effort to shift the blame? After all, Martell was the one who cheated. He was the one who broke their marriage vows. So, Is it possible that his bitterness is driving him to paint Melody as the villain rather than confronting the role he played in their downfall? Melody's denial of the accusation also sheds light on the emotional toll their marriage took on both of them. It's clear that their relationship was anything but easy. Infidelity, betrayal, and emotional manipulation, these are deep wounds that don't heal quickly. Melody's decision to speak out shows just how much she has been affected by the events that unraveled their marriage. Her response also raises another powerful question. How do you continue to trust and love someone after they've hurt you so deeply? In her statement, Melody took an important step in reclaiming her narrative. She refused to let Martell define her story. Instead, she asserted her truth, pushing back against the portrayal of her as manipulative. Beyond just defending herself, Melody's response highlighted the deeper dynamics at play in their relationship. Two people navigating heartbreak, resentment, and unresolved emotions. While Martell may feel justified in his anger, Melody's reaction reflects a woman determined to take control of her story and not be silenced by accusations rooted in pain. But this clash, Martell's accusation versus Melody's denial, ultimately leaves us with more questions than answers. Who's telling the truth? Was there manipulation involved? Or is Martell projecting his guilt and frustration onto Melody? And perhaps the most pressing question of all, how much of what we see on television reflects the real, raw emotions behind closed doors? As the public continues to follow this explosive feud, one thing is certain. This won't be the last we hear from Martell or Melody. The fallout from these accusations is far from over. And as more revelations come to light, this story will likely take even more unexpected turns. As Martell Holt's claims about Melody allegedly trying to baby trap him spread across social media, fans and followers of the Love and Marriage, Huntsville franchise quickly weighed in. The controversy has ignited a storm of public debate, dividing opinions sharply. Some fans are rallying behind Martell, while others are staunchly defending Melody. The comment sections on both of their social media accounts, as well as fan forums, have been flooded with passionate responses, heated accusations, and countless theories. So, what does this public outcry reveal about how fans perceive this tumultuous relationship? For some, Martell's accusation feels like the final straw in a long pattern of questionable behavior. They argue that his repeated infidelities, combined with his efforts to shift blame onto Melody, show a man unwilling to take accountability. To these viewers, the baby trap narrative is nothing more than a desperate attempt to rewrite the story in his favor. Melody, in their eyes, is a woman who has endured betrayal and heartbreak, and her recent response is seen as a powerful stand for self-worth and independence. On the other side, there are fans who believe Martell's claims have merit. This faction views Melody's alleged actions as strategic and manipulative. They argue that Martell may have been targeted with the intention of being tied to a lifelong commitment, despite his clear reservations and the declining state of the relationship. For these viewers, the power dynamics in their marriage were skewed, and Martell is now reacting to what they see as a long-standing pattern of control. This stark division within the fan base speaks volumes about how audiences interpret public relationships. For many, the drama between Martell and Melody isn't just about the facts, it's about choosing sides. Fans are emotionally invested, and their opinions are shaped by years of watching this couple's highs and lows unfold on national television. We've seen this dynamic play out countless times. When celebrity couples go through messy breakups or face scandalous accusations, fans often feel compelled to pick a side. It becomes a battle of loyalty. Some are willing to excuse even the most damaging behavior from their favorite stars, while others feel betrayed and abandon their former idols. In the case of Martell and Melody, the situation is even more complex because their relationship has been on display for years. Every step of their journey, both the good and the bad, has played out in front of millions. Some fans have witnessed Martell's infidelity firsthand on the show. Others have followed Melody's emotional journey as she navigated a crumbling marriage and tried to find strength through the chaos. This deep, emotional connection makes the public reaction more intense than it might be for other celebrity dramas. The audience doesn't just know the characters. They feel like they know them. One of the most fascinating elements of this public discourse is the role social media plays in shaping the narrative. Platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook give fans direct access to Martell and Melody, creating an environment where opinions are not only voiced loudly, but often influence the story itself. Every comment, like, and share adds fuel to the fire. Martell and Melody, in turn, have responded to backlash in real time, further blurring the line between personal and public. But this raises an important question. To what extent should celebrities be expected to engage with fans on such deeply personal matters? While social media offers a platform for connection, it also exposes public figures to the darker side of fame, online trolling, cyberbullying, and intense scrutiny. For Martell and Melody, the harsh words and criticism from anonymous users can take a real toll on their emotional well-being. The pressure to constantly defend themselves can become overwhelming, and this is where the human element must be acknowledged. Behind the headlines and behind the cameras are real people with real feelings. The weight of public judgment can be crushing, especially when you're already navigating personal trauma. As the scandal continues to unfold, public opinion will likely evolve. Some fans may change their minds as more details emerge, while others will remain steadfast in their loyalty. What's certain is that this controversy has opened a Pandora's box, with each new revelation creating ripple effects that are sure to continue resonating across the love and marriage fandom for months to come. The question remains, what is the truth behind Martell's accusations? And who will ultimately win in the court of public opinion? But here's where things get even more interesting. Despite the divide, both Martell and Melody continue to be central figures in this ongoing drama. Their every move is being watched, and every word they speak is analyzed. As their feud plays out in the public eye, even more shocking developments may be on the horizon. What's next in this highly charged battle? Who will win the fight for public perception? As the dust continues to settle following Martell Holt's explosive accusations, the legal aspect of his relationship with Melody is becoming increasingly significant. What does this baby trap claim mean? Not only for their public image, but for their future, both legally and personally. In this chapter, we dive into the potential legal implications of Martell's accusations and how they could affect co-parenting, custody arrangements, and any ongoing legal disputes between the two. Custody battles and co-parenting struggles. One of the most pressing questions to emerge following Martell's claims is how this controversy might impact his relationship with Melody. In terms of their children, the former couple shares multiple children, and in high-profile divorces like theirs, it's often the children who suffer the most from public disputes. For those who followed their journey, it's clear that their co-parenting relationship has been under strain for quite some time. Martell has frequently spoken about the difficulties he faces when co-parenting with Melody. This new revelation could complicate an already fragile situation. If Martell's accusations are brought into court, how might they influence a judge's opinion on custody or visitation? His claim of being baby-trapped could be seen as an attempt to undermine Melody's character. But will the legal system view it that way? Could it damage her reputation as a mother, or will the court dismiss it as another bitter remark from a disgruntled ex? Custody battles are often drawn out and emotionally draining, especially when fueled by accusations of manipulation and mistrust. If Martell's claim that Melody used pregnancy as a form of control becomes a central issue, the court may be forced to consider who truly has the children's best interests at heart. How will Melody respond to this legal threat? Will she counter Martell's narrative with evidence or statements proving her intentions were never manipulative? Or will she choose a different, more strategic approach? At this point, it's unclear how the legal system will respond to Martell's claims. However, we can assume that it will be a factor in their evolving relationship. Courts often consider the emotional and psychological well-being of the children, and public feuding between parents can raise serious concerns for any judge overseeing a custody case. Still, there's a possibility that Martell's comments will be viewed as irrelevant, simply another chapter in a long and messy public feud. Martell Holt's bold claim could have significant implications for both his future relationships and public image. His reputation as a businessman and reality TV personality has already suffered in recent years due to his infidelity and the very public unraveling of his marriage to Melody. While the accusation that Melody tried to baby trap him might cast Martell as a victim in the eyes of some fans, it also opens the door for deeper scrutiny of his own actions within the relationship. By making such a serious accusation, Martell risks refocusing public attention on the breakdown of his marriage, much of which stemmed from his well-documented affairs. As people revisit the details of their turbulent relationship, his credibility will likely face just as much criticism and analysis as Melody's. For Melody, the accusation threatens to damage her reputation as a mother and a strong, independent woman. Despite the drama surrounding her divorce, she has consistently presented herself as resilient and empowered, embracing her independence and healing journey. However, Martell's claims challenge that image. If the allegations gain traction, Melody may be forced to respond more directly. Will she present evidence to refute his claims or take a more calculated approach to protect herself and her children from further public fallout? Either way, both Martell and Melody's reputations are at risk. Their fans have long been emotionally invested in their journey, but the continued public airing of grievances may lead to disillusionment. Repairing their personal brands could take time, assuming either one wants to continue engaging in the public eye in this way. Still, in the world of reality TV, controversy often means increased exposure, and exposure can create new opportunities. This chapter, though damaging, could ultimately boost their visibility and careers as networks and media outlets continue to follow the drama. Potential for future legal fallout given the severity of Martell's claim. There is also a real possibility that legal consequences may follow. If Melody feels that his public accusations are damaging her reputation or negatively impacting her family, she could consider legal action, potentially filing a defamation suit. While such cases can be difficult to win, Melody may pursue it if she believes Martell's statements have crossed a legal line. Conversely, Martell may also face legal pushback if he continues to repeat such claims without evidence. If his remarks are perceived as an attempt to publicly misrepresent Melody's character, it could backfire. This situation could spiral into a full-blown legal conflict with lasting implications, not only for their personal relationship, but also their professional endeavors. While some may see this as just more reality TV drama, it has the potential to become a turning point in their saga, possibly affecting custody, reputations, and future opportunities. AS public reaction continues to build. One thing is clear, Martell's accusation has ignited a firestorm, one that's far from over.